If you want to start building your own tunes instead of using locked ones, or if you're an experienced tuner who wants to save time creating a bass tune, then keep watching. We're going to show you the quickest way to create a handling tune using this GTR as an example. But let me take a second to cover why handling and gearing tunes are so helpful in Forza. You see, Forza's suspension and gearing settings do not change with your upgrades. So if you add race springs and then do a weight reduction later, the springs will still be set for a heavier car. Or when you add cams or a turbo, your power band is going to change, and then your transmission gears no longer match the power band. So not rebaselining your tune after upgrades is like adding time to your laps. Some people might eyeball a bass tune while others break out the repetitive math and suspension formulas. We give racers like you a trick up your sleeve with ForzaTune 6. So it's less guesswork, less hassle, so you can spend more time fine-tuning or racing, which are the fun parts. Here's how it works. In Forza 6, go to the upgrade section and then find the front tire menu. Here you can click up to view information on your car, like weight, simulation data, and more. Now open up ForzaTune 6, which you can get for iOS or Android. We want to enter the weight of the car, which is 3,047 pounds, and the front weight, which is 55%, and the drive type, which is all-wheel drive. For this video, we're going to do dry tunes, so we can click on the sun icon. Now the next section is additional information, which is optional. For tires, we're already in the front tire menu, and you can find the width from the first three numbers of the tire size, which is 245 in this case. Now copy that into the calculator, and then jump over to the rear tires. It looks like the rears are the same at 245. Now if these were different, ForzaTune would automatically adjust your bass tune to take advantage of that. Now ForzaTune 6 cannot figure out the aero settings for you, since that really depends on the track that you're running. But if you do have aero tuning, especially on a higher class car, you just copy it right in to these two fields here, and then ForzaTune will automatically adjust the tune it gives you based on that downforce. Now ForzaTune 6 also allows you to have driver and track adjustments. Now for balance, I'm going to go for a little more oversteer, or 98%, since that's just what I prefer when I drive. And for stiffness, I'll leave it at 100%, since I'll probably use this tune across all tracks. Now hit next on the top right of the screen, or on the Android version, you'd want to hit recalculate, and you'll see your results. You can copy these results directly into the game by pressing X to get to the tune setup. Tire pressure is usually 27 psi for dry, but that will change if you pick drift or rain. Gears we're going to cover in our next video. And here we see the recommended alignment values, which are a great starting point for the drive type you selected. So we'll copy those in. And then you also get anti-roll bars, springs, and recommended ride height values. We can then copy over damping values. And the app also gives you recommendations on braking force and balance, which helps control the transfer of the weight under braking. Lastly, we get differential settings for both front, rear, and center balance. And at this point, you probably want to save your tune. I usually have a little code that I use to keep track of the slider values I selected. And once you save that into your local tunes, it's time to take the car out for a spin and give yourself a few laps to get used to it and for the tires to warm up. Now after upgrading our handling and gearing, this car shaved off 2 seconds at the Catalonia National Circuit, which is pretty impressive for a lower class car on a shorter track. So stay tuned for the next video where we walk through how we set and fine tune the gearing. So what else do you need to know before you get started? Well, make sure you have upgraded your brakes, suspension, and anti-roll bars to race, and you'll also want to upgrade to a race differential. And one other point to keep in mind is anytime you change your weight or weight distribution, you want to get ForzaTune out again and run a new bass tune real quick, just to keep your tune in line with the upgrades. Now, one very important point is to be sure to turn off assists like anti-lock brakes, traction control, and stability management, since we can't control how they'll change the handling of the car or interfere. The best part is you also get higher payouts without those assists. This is Anthony, developer of ForzaTune. Thanks for watching. You can get ForzaTune 6 on the App Store or Google Play so you can start saving time tuning and shaving time off your laps.